My weekend started with a little video from Towson, Maryland. No, it's beautiful. It was really exceptional. It was the beginning of what I believe is shove. From nudge to shove, then shoot. Now, this is clearly in the shove category. I believe the IRS is in the shove category, but with the thing with the IRS is that came out, and they didn't mean for that to come out. That's the preparing to shove and shoot. This is the actual shove. And I believe it is a warning sign to the American people. I believe my job is to tell you the signposts. My job is to tell you how far down this road are you and how much farther do you have to go. Not much. I'll explain tonight at 5 o'clock in great detail and through the broadcast today, but there was a Common Core meeting in a suburb of Baltimore. And they weren't taking any questions. What they were doing is, if you have a question on Common Core, all you have to do is just write it in, and then we'll look through it, and then we'll edit those questions. We'll select from the edited questions, and then we'll answer. So you might say, Common Core sucks. I mean, 2 plus 2 doesn't equal 5, no matter how you got there. 2 plus 2 is 4 always. And then they'll look at that, and just for time's sake, they will just say, we edited it down to Common Core always.
I believe Common Core sucks was edited to Common Core rocks.
Yeah.
It was just a minor couple letters.
So they, so one of the parents stood up because they were saying, you're not telling us even, you're not even reading the questions, and I can't even get a follow-up in here. This is ridiculous. I have some things that I want to say because I moved specifically to this district because the schools are good, and you're going to wreck them. Listen to him.
So my question is, how are we talking about college, but you're not talking about which college. You're not preparing them for...
So he's hard to understand here because of the echo and things, and the person recording it's kind of far away. But he's saying, my question is, and he's kind of stammering to find his way, and he's reading off a notepad that he has, but he's trying to share these concerns with Common Core.
Okay, my question is... And
then and as he starts asking the question, you see the commotion begin around him, and a police officer enters the scene.
Educational standards is preparing kids for community college, because that's what it's all about. Because you mentioned before, the emphasis is we're not having them stop your quote before this guy tries to carry me out.
Okay.
But hey, listen, parents, take control. This is not a standard.
Now he's being accosted by the cop.
Right, and I want you to know, this is a very large, intimidating black man in a polo shirt that just says security. He doesn't look like a cop. He is wearing a polo shirt, and he is very intimidating. He is big and buff, and he is right in this man's face. And he starts to say, let's go, come on. Now, all this parent is doing is standing up and saying, wait a minute, I have a logical question here, and this whole system doesn't work.
Let's go.
Let him ask his question.
This is what I will say, in fairness to everyone who asked questions. We do...
Stop. Now, you hear the woman who is taping. She's going to be on with me at 5 o'clock today, along with another woman that was there, another eyewitness to this that was there. The guy, we reached out to the guy who was actually talking. He's no longer allowed to talk because of his attorney, because he's facing a problem, and I'll explain what that problem is here in just a second. But as he continues to talk, it gets worse.
That are dovetailing to that.
Let him ask his question.
So the next question. So this is a dovetail.
Don't stand for this. You're sitting here like cattle. You have questions. You confront them.
Stop.
He's
now,
imploring the audience now.
Yeah, because
stand up.
Because this cop is now taking him away, or starting to say, come on, let's go. And he looks at the audience there of about 300 parents and says, you have questions. You all have questions. You're sitting there like cattle. Stand up. And none of them do.
Okay, the next.
Okay, now this ruckus where you're starting to hear the crowd go a little crazy is when the cop takes his arm and twists it behind his back to drag him out. And the audience is verbally and visually shocked by this. And
because the guy wasn't doing anything.
He's not doing anything. He's not resisting arrest. He didn't strike him. He did nothing. Yeah. And the cop grabs his arm, twists it behind his back, and starts to yank him out of the road. Okay, stop. Now he's saying, is this even America? This isn't even a CNN political debate. He said, this isn't a political debate. This is about our children.
Hey, that's right. Parents, you need to question these people.
Okay, stop.
Parents, you need to question these people. And then he's jammed out the door.
He's jammed out the door. And
pretty viciously.
Here's the thing. These people do not want any questions. They don't want any questions for you. You will accept it. Mm-hmm. Is there anything more important than your children's education? And you just will accept it. And what's sickening about this is the people on the stand, the people who are in charge, are all smiling. You notice that? They're all smiling. None of them have a problem with this at all. And they twist his arm, they take him out, they handcuff him, and they arrest him. The reason why he can't be on the program today is because he is facing 10 years in prison. They're claiming second-degree assault of a police officer.
For what?
Yeah.
I mean, I've watched the entire video. At what point he never even resists, let alone assaults.
This was the number one video on The Blaze all weekend long. And if you haven't seen it, you need to see it. Because I'm going to make the case tonight that this is your warning sign. This is the push cart. Remember I said when the guy set himself on fire in Tunisia. And that was an international story. That was not a big deal. That wasn't going to lead to anything, right? Everything was just, please, relax. And I said at the time, that push cart is going to set the entire Middle East on fire and eventually the world. That push cart was the last stop before significant unrest and possibly World War III. And as it's turning out, that's exactly right. I am telling you with everything in me, warning, the people sitting down and being cattle and what they did to this man and are doing to this man is a significant road sign on the road on which we are traveling. This is not America. I've never seen anything like this before. The guy was not, you know how you see these videos sometimes and you're like, okay, well, you shouldn't have done that. There's nothing this guy did wrong. Nothing except ask a question.